What took over in the third period?
Well, I think it started in the second. They certainly had their way in the first, especially the last half of it. And, we were kind of spinning our wheels a little bit, and they were making plays, and we weren't sort of shutting those down, closing quick enough. So I think we started to build our game in the second. In the third, eventually we found it. Our intensity level was good. We started executing a little better, put them on their heels, and that's what can happen, right? All of a sudden now you're pushing and you're creating turnovers. I think the biggest thing was our forecheck structure got better in terms of having bodies over their bodies and not duplicating, and that's what happened a lot early on. So now you're not playing in your end, and that's what happened. We got stuck in our end a lot in the first period, and it looked bad, and they were making plays, and like I said, we were able to get control of the game, play in their end a little more, and made it easier on everybody.
Did anything happen, or was there a message that led to that switch, or does this group just know what to do?
Well, it's a little bit of everything. I mean, I can't watch the first period and not go in and say my piece, right? It's just, it's who I am. And I think players in the room, whether I say it or not, we have enough veteran guys that understand that wasn't good enough. Just wasn't to our standard. You're not always going to play well, but, we were not nearly as competitive on battles. And I think if we just raise our intensity level, our brains will click in a little bit, and we'll figure out, the structure part, but we'll get going. And I think that's what happened. You get a power play goal. It's timely. We talked about that, a couple of them tonight. So that helps. You need something good to happen, and it finally did. And then that gets you going a little bit, and you realize, hey, our goaltender's kicking in there. We're only one down. Let's go get this thing. And I think that's the sign of a veteran group when they realize, you know what, it's right there. If we get to our level, and I think that's what happened.
How would you describe Aiden Hill's game?
No, I thought he was terrific. It kept us in, let's face it, in the first period, part of the second. And as I said, then we started to, listen, that's hockey, right? We've given him run support this year, and we needed some saves big time. We got them. So that's how you win hockey games in this league. You're never going to be at your best every night. So if the goalie's off a little, you need to score, and vice versa. If we're off, we're not executing, the goalie has to give us a chance to get to our game, and he certainly did that.
Happy that Nick defends one of his teammates and then they kill the penalty.
I'm always happy about that. Listen, in today's game, some hits, or there's quick responses, and that's always a topic for discussion, right? But those are the ones that look like could be high, but it wasn't. I don't think it was. It was a clean hit, but you don't know. So good on Nick. And those are the penalties you should kill if you're a tight-knit team. You really should. It should be automatic. That when you stick up for a teammate, any one of those situations, that you're going to get it done. You're going to, block the extra shot and make sure you go the extra mile to get it clear. And that's what happened.
You almost feel the confidence on the bench now, Bruce, with the power play clicking like it is. Like when they hop over, they almost expect it.
Yeah, it's been, we expect to generate. And it's been like that, I think, since day one. It really has. I've talked about it a number of times why I think it is, and again, puck recoveries tonight and having a slot net presence. I mean, we lose Nick Waugh, we lose Stoney down the goal line, Carly goes in and he makes a play in his offside, but he's good down there. And good players find a way to make a play. He did, took it to the net, and that's where Thomas is excellent. So, yeah, I think our guys do feel that way. You have to be careful you don't get dependent on it and rely on it too much and think that's going to keep you in the game all the time or get you back in the game. But some nights you need it. You just need it, and we needed it tonight because our offense wasn't there early on, and eventually we generated a little bit. Scored late on a tip, but we started in the second period getting a few looks, and I thought in the third we really got some looks 5-on-5, and he made some good saves too. It was a well goaltended game on both sides.
Just overall, just playing with 10 forwards for most of the third period, just overall, what does that say about the resiliency of the team?
Well, guys are going to get more minutes, and I've said this. I've never had a player come to me and say, I'm playing too much, coach. So they want to play. It just, the risk with that is what happens down the road, right? Will that have a residual effect on Sunday or next week? So you got to be careful of that, but that's the hand we were dealt tonight. And I think, as I said, we'll rest tomorrow because of that. We've got to be careful that we manage our rest and our recovery. But most guys want to play, and that was the case tonight, and I think they relished that opportunity. As I said, not for 82 straight games, for short bursts. That's what the job requires, and that's what they'll do.